It's beginning to look a lot like winter. Happy New Year, everyone. So this is actually pretty insane. I don't want to say historic, but we got a major cold snap here. This is highly unusual. We are only in late December, and for us to get snow during this time of year, I mean, you can pretty much count that on, well, two hands that we've had snow during Christmas in this region. So this is pretty insane. And with that cold snap came a major drop in temperature. And to give you an idea, it got down to 19 degrees Fahrenheit, which is minus 7 degrees Celsius. For it to even get below 20s or below that 7 degrees Celsius mark, that's insane. That normally never happens here. So that also means that citrus is going to be really struggling. Initially, it was actually in the forecast that it was supposed to go down to minus 11 degrees Celsius or about 11 degrees Fahrenheit. So I was actually worried about this little fig over here, because that really can't take single digits or below that minus 12 degrees Celsius mark. Then you're going to have to start worrying about the stems dying on that thing. But citrus can withstand quite a bit of cold, but below 7 degrees Celsius, below that, below the 20s Fahrenheit, you're really going to start to have to worry about things dying, and you're going to have to start taking things inside. So let's go take a look now at the citrus and see how they are affected by it. You can see here on some of these seedlings, they got dusted with snow, but they're protected up against the house, getting that ambient heat coming off of there. So that helps keep them protected. And they actually have no damage on them, even though it got as cold as it did. So that's kind of a testament that shows that it does work. I'm really not expecting it to get any colder than this. So if they can survive this, then I feel like I should be pretty good. Here are my big citrus trees here. The one that's actually the least cold hardy of the whole thing is this lemon tree that's grown from a seed. And you can see some of the foliage is starting to droop. Earlier it was also starting to crimp inside, kind of like furling up, which is the citrus's way of, oh, it's too cold, I'm going to bundle up. But that droopiness also shows you that it's starting to get affected. See that some of that furling in helps conserve some of that heat. But they did make it very well, in fact. Last year I had cold damage in these temperatures, and now I don't, so I'm gonna guess that it's actually starting to get a little bit more adapted to these temperatures here. Now in these two, this is a lime, which is of the three, probably, like middle maybe of cold hardiness. I would say that this one is the least cold hardy. For some reason it's grown from a seed, but these are likely to be grafted on cold hardy rootstock. But limes, are usually a little bit less cold hardy than lemons. This lemon really it's a Meyer lemon, seems to survive cold temperatures pretty well. And there's really no adverse effects on it. Still holding on to its fruit, which is nice. I just harvest that as I, want to use it. But yeah, no damage. So now, of course, that's contributed by the fact that they're able to survive this, by the fact that they're surrounded by the building, the house here. They've got a covered patio. That's also very important, so they don't get too heavily dumped on. These are all factors that help to protect it all. So if you do put them outside, leave them outside during the winter and these types of cold temperatures, make sure that they have a covered patio. They're covered from the elements, protected from wind, and that'll be a good start to protect them in the winter time. Also got these arbor vitae over here. It's a quick video showing you what I do to protect my citrus outside, and I hope that gives you the confidence to be able to do the same. There's really not that much to it, but I just at least want to show you that it can be done. I've been doing this for several years and I really have no terrible adverse effects. Generally the new growth tips tend to die off, and that might still happen later on in the winter. You never know. maybe we'll get some more consistent cold temperatures that might adversely affect it, but for the most part, they do pretty good with the setup that I have currently. So protection is pretty important, but it can be done. So I hope that you learned something from this video. I hope you found it informative, and I'd like to see you in the next one. So thank you for watching, en tot de volgende keer. I love the stillness of winter. It's pretty awesome. And it's beautiful too.